Alright guys, my new light and my 15 pounds of rock just came in the mail, so I'm going to open them up and look over them a little bit, and then I'll be right back. So I got the light unpacked. If you're wondering, it is a current orbit marine LED light fixture, and it is the 36 to 48 inch model. What's cool about this light fixture is that it's actually on a ramp timer, and a lot of it's controlled. You can't really tell because the lights are really dim, but it's controlled with this remote. And so, like right now, it's on I believe it's a 10-hour light cycle, and then a 6-hour lunar cycle. And with the sunrise and sunset, they are 15-minute ramp times, and it just got done with the ramp time. So, because it's about 6:15 p.m. here, and that's the preset time. But you can customize two different channels for your own times as well. But other than that, it's really nice because you can adjust the lighting, and I don't know how much this camera is going to really pick it up, but you can adjust the white and blue intensity individually. So you got nice and bright. I'm just controlling the white. Now I'm going to control the blue. Bring that up, and it all is controlled by that sensor down there on the bottom left. So now, and so you can do cloud coverage, bright day, lunar, or this mode right here, which I'm kind of sketchy about because I believe it'll shock the fish in the coral, but it's a thunderstorm mode. I really hope you guys are enjoying this in 60 FPS. I think it looks so much better. So I don't know how much the fish actually like that, but you can actually incorporate that function into your own custom 24-hour time ramp time as well. But now I'm just going to hit resume to go on to they call it it's called the Ramp Timer Pro. So I'm just going to hit resume on that. And then it should put me right back to lunar lighting. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the second package that I got now. Alright, so here's the second package that I got. It's 15 pounds of Reef Saver dry rock from Bulk Reef Supply. I wanted to go with the Pucani, I believe it's called. It sounds like Punani. But I decided to go with the Reef Saver rock. I like when rock is porous, but not too porous. I noticed that there are a couple little pieces that fell off right there, but that's mostly on UPS's end. No big deal. So the plan is, once I get this tank set up, I'm gonna start to cure it with this tank. But until I start curing it, I'm actually going to be working on a small canopy tonight, which you guys will see later in the video. It's not going to be too high. It's just going to be a nice 3-inch trim that'll wrap to about here, all the way around, the same on the other side. So stay tuned, you guys will see that in a minute. Alright, how's it going guys? I'm going to be doing all this in post commentary. Kind of do a fast forward of this canopy build that I'm working on. So starting off, basically just taking basic measurements, 48 inches wide, which is the width of the 55-gallon tank, and then just making my measurements and my marks, get a nice straight cut on there using pretty primitive tools, but I'm not really much of a carpenter, so I'm just using what I got. Had to borrow this circular saw from my brother, so just cutting them to length and setting it on top and just eyeing it up. I'm just measuring the two side pieces that I'm gonna attach, which are about 11 3/4. Just marking those up and drawing my straight lines as well, and cutting them. This is super fast motion, fast forward. It's gonna look really cool though. Otherwise, you guys would be bored with like 2 hours worth of footage of me doing this. Yeah, just kind of dry fitting it together, make sure everything looks good. I decided to add this top piece as well. Figured it'd be a good little shelf, and also add a little bit of structural support to the canopy. So just got to cut that little extra 1.5 inches off the size. How do you like my swimming trunks? Alright, then just basically running holes to them before I run the screws to them. I don't have a variable speed drill, so this drill that I have is like go go go. So I stripped one of the heads on them, or one of the bits. So I said screw it. Then after I started making all these pilot holes, I just went with a screwdriver. I mean, it's pine. It was really easy. Yeah, I think right about here is where I stripped the bit on it. So from here on out, I pretty much just kind of use the screwdriver to put them all in and countersink them a little bit. About a 1/16 of an inch I try to countersink them. Because you'll see in a little bit here I'll use wood filler to get a nice smooth surface. Alright, now I'm going to add a couple guides on each side to prevent the canopy from sliding left and right. So it'll be a nice snug fit, and I'll also put one in the front too, which you'll see. I'm just making my marks, just drilling them, obviously. So like I said, it's not the most ornate canopy, but I just want to be clear that I'm going for a very old rustic feel to it, like something you've seen like the early 1900s, late 1800s. So the very dark stain that I put on there, it's very rustic, and I really like it. For my new house, it's really gonna look nice. Alright, so now I'm putting on the front stopper to prevent it from sliding all the way back. So the only way you can actually move the canopy is to slide it towards you, to slide it from back to front. I'm just running the screws in now. And just going through the whole thing, sanding it down nice. Started with a 60 grit and worked up to a 150. And some of these holes I'm just filling in with this wood filler, and wasn't too familiar with it, but eventually I figured it out. So it looked halfway decent. I think by the time it was done staining, you could still see dark spots on it, but I want it to be like a seamless finish, at least in the front and the sides. I'm just sanding them down now. And just applying the stain to it. Yeah, the stain that it's called, it's called tempered rustic pine. And I thought it looked really cool. So I guess it has like an aged pine look to it. So I put I'd say about 2-3 coats. I've been going on, this whole video probably spans about, I say 5-6 hours. I mean, so I just took opportune times to record. Swiping it down, then applying my piece of hardware, and this knob actually matches the two doors down below as well. See, it's very rustic, and I like it. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. In the next episode, we're gonna get the system fully functional. Probably run the sump and run the whole system, and probably begin to start our curing process for the dry rock that I just purchased from bulk resupply. But until then, thanks for watching, guys.